Greetings, Earthlings. I'm out on a big hike today and thought I would bring you along and chat a little bit. So I've been out for about 2.5 hours now. I am hiking the High Divide Loop in the Olympic National Park right now. It is almost 20 miles to do the loop. It is one of the biggest hikes I've done so far. I didn't start recording until now because the first portion was hiking through a rainforest pretty much at the bottom, and it was like dark down there even though the sun was out because the trees are just so thick and tall. But now I have made it to higher ground and the views are getting pretty good. And also it was up and up and up and up and up, and I would have been out of breath if I tried to talk to you back there. So it's leveled out a little bit finally, and I'm not breathing like a horse anymore. Anyways, I just wanted to talk a little bit about van life in Washington state so far. So a few things. This state is awesome. There is so much to do here, at least in the western portion of the state. The eastern portion, not quite as much. Much more flat out there. You have North Cascades, Mount Baker, Mount Rainier, Olympic National Park. You have the San Juan Islands, and I'm probably missing some things. So in saying that, van life in Washington has been pretty cool. There's just so much to do, and a lot of it isn't that far apart. So 2 reasons van life is not a good option in Washington. 1, the weather seems to be very unpredictable. So I haven't been here that long, and I only visited Washington once prior to this trip, but it seems like depending where you are in the state, the weather can change very quickly, especially out here in the Olympic Peninsula. So about a week and a half ago when I first got here, there was a couple nice days, and then it rained for like a week straight. And that's what the weather said. It was like 100% chance for like 6 days in a row. So it ended up not being that bad. Like, it wasn't constantly raining for the entire day for 6 days straight. But there was too much rain to really get out and be confident you're not gonna get rained on. So that's number 1 reason. I know different times of the year are better and worse out here, so it all kind of depends. Reason number 2, when I first got here, the smoke was very thick. Now in 2020, you can take, hey. Holy crap. Did you see that? That's a bear. Wow, scared me. He's right there. Got the bear spray out pretty quick. He's just a little guy. No problems there. That's the first bear I've seen while out hiking before, so glad I got that on camera. Whew. All right. I know they're not a problem out here, but I'm just gonna keep my bear spray a little more accessible on my backpack. Okay. Now I'm gonna be paranoid. Frickin' birds make me think there's something there. Back to number 2, smoke. The smoke was thick in the area, and it was really bad for about a week and a half. Now, 2020, there has been some really bad fires on the West Coast. So I've heard that it's typically not that smoky in Washington, but you kind of never know. And for me, smoke was a big bummer because you go on a hike like this and you wouldn't be able to see even down to the bottom of this valley. So for me, I like to do a lot of hiking, and birds everywhere. It's just a bummer to go on these awesome hikes and not be able to see a single thing. So in saying that, I'm sure every year is not like that, but if it is, it's kind of a downer to be here. If you look over here, I'll give you some examples. So the first one is over in Electric City, Washington, which is farther east, and it was just so smoky out there and quite eerie. The sun was just a weird glowing reddish orange color for days out there. After that, I headed to North Cascades National Park, and as you can see, the weather was beautiful for 2 days. Then the smoke came in, and it was so thick that it was a bummer to be there, so I left. And that's when the smoke really lingered for a while. The next clip is from Anacortes area, and just showing you, like, this was looking out towards the San Juan Islands, and should be a beautiful view, but can really only see a little ways. Anyways, I'm going up a hill, so I'll get back at you later. Oh man, that was a climb. I'm at Bogachiel Peak. I don't really know how to pronounce it. It's 5,472 feet. So again, the mountain peaks are not that big out here, but it's because the ocean is like right over there. So practically at sea level. I have a fantastic view of Mount Olympus on one side. You can just kind of barely see the Pacific over here. And walking over here, it's going to be hard for you to tell, but you could see some water back there, hopefully. And just beyond that is Vancouver Island. So, and then you got all these cool little lakes down here, which is called the Seven Lakes Basin or something like that. So I'm not even halfway done with this hike yet. Just had a snack and stretched out a little bit on top of this peak here. In theory, it should be all downhill from here, but I have a feeling it'll be a little up and down at least. So we'll see how it goes. You probably can't see, but I think I found another bear. Little black dot. Two bears, one hike. Whew, I made it back. In total, the hike was just under 19 miles from where my van is parked. And I'm ready to take a break and not be on my feet. But it was an awesome hike. Lots of good views, lots of good variety. It took me almost 8 hours exactly to complete it. So like I was saying before, Washington, in my opinion, has been super cool for van life, and so much to do as long as the weather's good, and it has been good for a week and a half. So I am taking advantage of it, getting a lot of hiking in. I calculated that I've done roughly 60 miles of hiking in the last 6 days, so tomorrow is probably going to be a break day, so I don't completely burn myself out. But I'm heading to the Hoh Rainforest next, and I've heard that's pretty cool. So anyways, thanks for joining me on my hike today, and I hope you enjoyed some of the views from the hike. But just remember, the camera never does it justice, so get out there and do some exploring yourself. See you next time.